night, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to another great episode of Sports In. As you can see, it's just myself in the studio. Unfortunately, Lawrence is feeling unwell and he won't be here. Lawrence, if you're watching, I hope you get well soon and get to see you next Thursday with me on Sports In. And moving on, we have got a great lineup for you. Lawrence got to meet Maisie Nankivell, who is the Adelaide Thunderbirds netball star from Australia. And also we got to speak to some rugby league fanatics outside at Boroko. And yeah, there was some great matches over the weekend. A lot of grand finals played locally and internationally. And moving on to our weekend scoreline, the Eels defeating the North Queensland Cowboys 24-20. And the Penrith Panthers coming back from behind, defeating Rabbitohs 32-12. And the Prime Minister's 13. Unfortunately, Australia named a star-studded side for the team. The Jillaroos defeating our PNG Orchids 64-6, Joanne Lagona scoring the only try in that game. And the Australian Kangaroos proving too strong for PNG Kumuls. Eden Agabi, Brendan Nima and Jimmy, who were the only try scorers for the PNG Kumuls on that day. And Host Plus Cup Grand Final, Redcliffe Dolphins going down to the Northern Devils 16-10. That's Northern Devils winning 2 in a row. And the PNG NRLC Grand Final, Hella Wigman defeating the Gurias 8-6 in Golden Point. The 8-6 in Golden Point. Penalty given by the Gurias to Wigman to get the final win at the buzzer. The Gurias kicking it in to win that match 8-6. And CRU Grand Finals, the under-20s, Marlins defeating Nova 16-10. B-grade Unipiggies defeating Defense 18-13. A-grade Unipiggies defeating Brothers 13-11. And the women's grand final, Harlequins defeating Juggernauts 34-12. And the men's defeating Brothers in an intense match of the CRU men's grand final, Harlequins defeating Brothers 20-14. Congratulations to all teams that participated in that. OFC Under-19 Championship Grand Final, New Zealand defeat Fiji 3-0. The Under-19 New Zealand team are the Pacific champions. ICC Women's T20 Qualifier Grand Final, Bangladesh defeat Ireland by 7 runs. Bangladesh and Ireland go through and qualify for the next T20 World Cup there. And MSG Prime Minister's Cup semi-final, where we had our PNG couples defeat Fiji 1-0. Nigel Dabinyaba scoring the only goal for that game. And Raymond Gunemba crowned the man of the match there. And Vanuatu development team causing an upset over a star-sided Solomon Islands team 1-1 and going to penalty shootout. Vanuatu development team winning there 5-3. And that wraps up our weekend scoreline. Stay with us as Lawrence speaks to Adelaide Thunderbirds superstar Maisie Nankivell up next.
All right, good night everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sports Scene. We are talking netball this evening with Adelaide Thunderbird star Maisie Nankivell. She's here in Papua New Guinea as part of the Australian Government Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade Team Up program running in partnership with Netball Australia, Netball PNG and WaterAid. Now Maisie's been to a couple of places outside of Port Moresby. She's going to have a training run with the PNG Peppers. They're going to have a training run and I might join. We'll see if the head coach allows me to. And I'll also sit down very shortly with Maisie herself, the Adelaide Thunderbird star, with a one-on-one interview. In fact, let's check that out right now. All right, Maisie, thank you so much for joining us on Sports Scene tonight. If you can just give us a bit of a background about yourself. Maisie Nankivell.
Yes, that's
got that
correct.
right?
Yeah.
Adelaide Thunderbirds. How long you've been with the Thunderbirds now, the T-Birds?
Yeah.
And just where you're from originally.
Yeah.
A bit of background of yourself.
Yeah, so coming into 2023, this will be my 4th proper season with the club. So I debuted in 2019 as a training partner. So I was elevated into the team and played my first game in wing defence. And then the following year I was offered my first proper contract, and from there on in I've been able to maintain my position in the team. And so I'm a mid-quarter, play centre, wing attack, wing defence, anywhere that they sort of need me. I'm happy to play those.
Now, Maisie, in terms of the development, you came in as a training partner. Is that sort of the step that you get into the Thunderbirds, or is, like you could just get in if they see you and they say no, she needs to be straight into the squad? You can do that as well, or what's a pathway into the team? Yeah,
that's a great question. So obviously as a training partner, you're basically at every single training session that the contract girls are at. So I suppose you're getting all that training and all that exposure at what the highest, the next level, I suppose, and the expectation around trying to make it to that next level. So I suppose as a training partner, you're in amongst the best and you're training alongside, high profile athletes all the time. So it does put you in good stead to then make it to the next level. But I definitely think along the way there's a lot of separate sort of programs that you can get that exposure, get that extra netball development, that you can then probably get scouted and hopefully get picked up by an SSN team.
Give us a typical day of, you as a professional athlete. What happens in the morning? You've got training in the afternoon. If you can just take us through that whole process.
Yeah, so obviously well, it seems like we're training all the time, I suppose. So a lot of days for us are double days of training. So in the morning we might head into the gym, do a bit of a weight session, and then do some conditioning as well, so a tough sort of running session, and then go home, have some lunch, maybe have a quick nap if you can slot it in there.
Power nap, little bit of a power nap.
Push for time, but and then we'll come back in the afternoon and do like a court session and that type of thing. So
it's pretty much 8 to 5.
It's a sort of full-time gig, but you do it because you love it, and I suppose that's what motivates me to go to training and wanting to get the most out of myself.
Now, here's one for you.
Wow, okay.
5 things that make you a better netballer. Only 5 things, Maisie. 5 things that you can put your foot on to say, these is what makes me a good netballer.
All right.
Well, not just a netballer, maybe as an athlete, as a professional athlete.
Or maybe some things I've learnt along the way, perhaps. I think if I have to pinpoint 5 things, I'd say 1, don't put too much pressure on yourself. I think growing up, I put a lot of pressure on myself to, you have to make all these teams. Thinking,
the expectation.
So, trying to, just be happy with what you put out there.
Be
as long
content.
as, exactly. So, you can only control what you can control. So, I'd go out there, work as hard as possible, and if that didn't pay off, then I came back and I worked on things, and I came back with the sort of prove them wrong attitude and that type of thing. So, I think as well, netball being a team sport, I think just enjoy the moments along the way. So. Make friends.
Great friendships you have.
Exactly. So make friends in the teams that you put in, and just have fun along the way. I think as well, it's important to dream big. I think it's also important to have little stepping stones along the way, so little goals that keep on driving you and keep on motivating you to get the most out of yourself. And then maybe 2 other things that I can think of. I think a lot of sort of the high level sort of space, I think it's all about your mentality and the attitude that you bring to training. So, I don't want to have to compare myself to anyone else, but I'm always wanting to go out to training. I want to be the hardest worker. I want to have the best skills. I want to be the fittest and that type of thing. And you can do that without comparing yourself to someone else.
Absolutely.
So, I think just wanting to, if you're passionate about netball, if you have any sort of aspirations, as long as you're willing to work hard and you love the sport that you play, you can take it as far as you want.
So being content in a team sport, so the friendships that you build from that, your attitude towards that, and I think being content's really key. The expectation. Oh, Maisie's made the T-Birds, and all of a sudden this whole you know, unnecessary pressure gets to you. And I mean, for the girls here in PNG as well, you know, you're representing your country, and that's massive, you know, in itself. Now, Papua New Guinea, first time here?
Yes, it is.
How are you finding it?
Oh, it's been great so far. I think when I was leaving Adelaide, it was raining and
cold,
torrential flooding. So I've come up here to some warmer weather.
But you brought the rain then?
Oh, I know. It's raining at the moment, isn't it? Whoopsies. But probably just the humidity. I'm a very big sweater, so makes my hair go crazy, and my hands are sweaty all the time. So, but no, I love the warmer weather, and I've been loving just the people here are just so happy and welcoming. So that's been really easy to come in and coach some of the girls. Yeah.
How's it sort of brought you down, sort of, you know, a humbling effect to see Papua New Guinea and see the girls, no matter what, the young girls, no matter what, they always bring a smile to you.
Yeah,
you know, how does that sort of make you feel coming from Australia and seeing that?
Yeah, obviously that's huge. I think a big part of netball, you know, I feel like when I go back to Adelaide, I'm a lot more grateful as to what I have, and I suppose just being able to put a smile on, you know, those little kids'
and
faces.
And your experience as well, you can tell all your friends.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly, and it just sort of something that small just makes their day, and that obviously brings a lot of sort of happiness to me as well. Okay,
Maisie, we'll wrap things up, but before we do, if there's something that you would like to encourage young girls that are watching Sports Scene tonight, you know, what are the things you'd like to say to them?
I think probably following along from those sort of 5 tips that I gave. I think, you know, your journey is not always going to be going up. There's always going to be setbacks and challenges along the way. So I think, you know, really staying resilient, and like I said, if you want something big enough, then even when you encounter challenges of injury or not getting picked for something, or having to travel hours to get to training and that type of thing, I think in the long run all those sort of rewards pay off, and
all right, well, Maisie, listen, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, and all the best.
Thank you.
We'll be following you, the Thunderbirds.
Likewise,
and look,
with these girls.
if you make the grand final, I'd like to have a Zoom chat with you. And
I'll get you
know,
over. I'll get you some tickets.
No, we'd love to come and you know, follow the journey, and
beautiful.
you know, you're in your downtime now. Pre-season will start December, January,
October actually, so very soon.
As soon as you get back, pretty much.
Comes around quick.
And then you know, hopefully you're back here in the swing of things, and you know, we'll be definitely following you all the way through.
Yeah, awesome. Love to hear that. Beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Awesome.
Good night, everyone. Welcome back to another segment of Road to the Rugby League World Cup. I went out to Boroko, the streets of Boroko, and met up with a couple of Rugby League fanatic fans who gave their opinion on the PM13 match that happened over the weekend, and the upcoming Rugby League World Cup, and the Kumuls team that will be announced soon. Let's take a look at it. I'm here with Mobu. What's your thoughts on the game that the Kangaroos played with our PNG Kumuls?
Kumuls, our boys are okay. They did their best to perform, but unfortunately we went down, so the game is okay. I think our boys are fit. Despite of the scores, I'm proud of my boys. Thank you.
And Brother Jackson, the Kumuls squad all name this week, yeah? Now, one predicted squad blue, one all important player where you like him was starting solo. Kumuls squad, please name me all.
I think on side on 9, I think Port Junior, I'm right. I'm capable enough. Justin Olam, I'm finished. I'm number 4 in blend. Kind of some Nixon put. Okay, Megagier. Plenty of Magi Bloyumi play lo NRL, especially NRL, Super League lo Dumbledore England. What is all boys almost coming yet. Especially kind of some Watson Boas, kind of some Raisin Martin, Wellington Halbert. Okay, all boys Bloyumi play lo Super League lo England. One of them all boys Bloyumi play lo NRL Australia.
Looking at the Kumuls, they'll be playing Tonga, Cook Islands and Wales. you tino say isla pool and baby make it good, huh? Only strong team Tonga. What's your thoughts on the 3 matches our Kumuls will play?
Yes, I think last time we play one them Fiji. I think them all come good here. Me like him this squad. This squad almost play one them Tonga because Tonga too. I'm all winning Australia. Last time I was winning Australia so. Now in Pacific countries kind of some Tonga and someone about all strong team here. I'm also so kind of some all boys blue me PNG Kumuls, especially by play one them Tonga here. I'm one plus strong team lo Pacific Islands so almost this squad all been play one them PG me like him this squad almost play one them Tonga.
And last one, Jackson, who's your favorite PNG Kumuls players right now?
Justin Olam because me like him remember put him some plenty try put him. Thank you.
As we saw, our PNG Kumuls played the Prime Minister's 13 against the Kangaroos Prime Minister's 13 side. What's your thought on that game?
Yeah, it was a very it was disappointing, but at least our guys they performed. So, like from my view, seeing the game is our boys. A lot of our Kumuls boys didn't play there, so just only the rest of much of the boys that involved in the game was Antas players. Yeah.
And Kumuls are going to name their squad this week. Who do you think will most likely be in the PNG Kumuls side?
The coming selections, I suggest watching Boas from England, Lachlan Lamb from England, Edwin Ipape from England, and Nanny McDonald to come back in their positions, and back to our NRL, the Stanley. Also we have Stanton Albert as a good block there, and the other one is coming back to NRL. We have Justin Olam, and David Mead is also there. I'm suggesting if he can come back to play for the World Cup before he resigns for So and most of our other guys like the Boas brothers and at least some of the Antas players can also get in there. The ones that they played.
Yeah, looking at the Kumuls squad, we've got a lot of good hookers coming up. Edwin Ipape is ripping it in England. He's been playing really well for Lee Centurions. And we also have James Seguiaro and Watovo Puara. And Teza was really well off the bench. What do you think? What do you think is going to be first choice hooker between Puara and Edwin Ipape?
I think yes, Waratopo Puara was the guy there. He's a good block. That was his position. He's played well, but I just suggest Edwin Ipape can come back for that.
This week, Coach Tepen banimi squad blame logo England. Who do you think is right people to be in the squad? And one will star where all no play lo PM 13 you like it lo stay inside lo PNG Kumuls squad there. Please name you all.
Like Justin Olam, one. Okay, like Junipua, na all sila plenty more stuff, kind of some next put, and all sila kan all man mas or cinema or Saul all mas go pass lo sila kan all game. We all can recruit them all nupla young play lo World Cup.
And lastly, outside them favorite Kumuls player blue.
Justin Olam, yeah.
So this week Stanley Tepen bananchi PNG Kumuls side blame. One more player you like him lo stay inside lo this la squad be obago lo England na play.
Okay, lo tintin blomi is kelimol selection blo Kumuls original selection blo Kumuls mi plamas kat sampla all NRL based players, all Super League based players na sampla all local players all mix around. Now sim good strong selection now the Golo World Cup. Sampla players mi tintin longen all sem lo NRL. Mi plagat one of our PNG favorites sons, Justin Olam, and one player, Xavier Coach, and one talk blomi Mangi Keremaya. Na you got one player long Alex Johnston, lo Rebitos. I think one good player James Seguiaro. Me no sabem come back finish lo NRL New York. But me been reading some newspaper na mi harem name longen no semem come back lo one see goals mainly. Picking any blow Adrian Lamia. Lachlan Lam. I'm too young player, but me believe Longen or Semen can play log. Beck's good plus. And can set him all boys play me. Prime Minister 13, I'm all same. By me talk all same, I'm all same. All some club all new plan or this like game so. Score line I'm all same plan or worry too much low score. At least all perform na film skin ball white man. But exact selection come. Me believe also Papua New Guinea all can play better than all Australians too.
And before me, pass him. Who side favorite player play like PNG Kumuls side?
Favorite player blow me one talk blow me Xavier coach.
And Dixon, who's your favorite PNG Kumuls player right now?
Bamik untuk favorite Kumuls player me Warto Power Junior. I play last World Cup long, so Mr. Admiriam because Mr. play Uka too, so Mr. Admiriam lo awam sa play lo position where Mr. play local.
Go Kumuls!
Good night, Toru, Papua New Guinea. Welcome back to Sports Scene. We're on our last segment. As you see some fanatics there, rugby league fanatics in Boroko. I'll be going around Port Moresby. If you see me, yeah, come, let's talk some Rugby League World Cup, PNG Kumuls, and yeah, Samoa and all that. Please tell me more about your favorite players and all that. We get to see our Rugby League World Cup here exclusively on MTV. Please do watch and support our PNG Kumuls. And moving on to our weekend preview, the big match everyone's been waiting for, the NRL Grand Final is here. Panthers versus Eels this Sunday, 6:30 p.m., October 2nd. Don't miss it. And the NRL Women's Grand Final, the Eels versus Knights. And State Championship Grand Final, the North Devils take on Panthers, who North Devils are the Queensland Cup champions and the New South Wales champions, which are the Panthers. And MSG PM's Cup Grand Final, PNG Couples will take on Vanuatu Development Squad tomorrow. And I hope you get behind our PNG Couples as they finish off the MSG Prime Minister's 13 in Vanuatu. And that wraps up our weekend preview. As you can see, our PNG Couples take on the Vanuatu team. Get behind them. And also, if you're an Eels supporter or a Penrith Panther supporter, please support wisely. This grand final is played in Australia, not in PNG. But do support and have fun over the weekend. Enjoy. And please, if you have any sports stories or anything you want to send to us, please do contact us on the following. You can email us on sports@mtv.com.pg, or you can call us on 312-9229, or you can send a direct message on our Facebook page where our other host Lawrence and we can talk to you, and we can come and see you for your stories and anything that you want to share with us, anything regarding sports, please do send it in. And that's it from the Sports Scene crew and the director and I. Good night to everybody. Have a safe weekend, and we see you next week right here on MTV Sports Scene.